Okay, so good morning. It is Wednesday, October 10th, and we are waiting on a hurricane in Florida. I live very far away from where this hurricane is going to hit. It's going to hit probably about 7 hours away from us. But as you know, storms are always unpredictable. That being said, I want to, say a prayer for all of my friends and people that I know that live to the north and live in the Panhandle and all of those areas on the west coast, northwest coast of Florida, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina. It's going to all come that way, Georgia. Anyway, so that's not really the reason why I'm recording this today. The reason why I'm recording this today is because there's a couple things going on. One, there's a meme that's circulating, and let me just clarify the thing with a meme. Just because information is on a meme doesn't mean that it's completely accurate, and you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with me. Just because I put out information that I think is factual doesn't mean that you have to agree with it. It doesn't mean that your kids are a textbook. It doesn't mean that girls don't get Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It doesn't mean that at all. What I take offense at is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you find that because your child, whether they sit in a wheelchair or not, that people automatically assume that your child is A, nonverbal, B, has no cognitive ability and is mentally incapacitated because they sit in a wheelchair? Let me explain that through my experience and all of the people, you guys, that I've met and that I've come to know and love, that I don't assume that your kids cannot be verbal, cannot communicate, that are damaged in any way other than their physical limitation. We were having a conversation on another page, and I won't mention the page because it's not a big deal. It was just simply a disagreement that I wrote. It's not accurate. That this meme in particular is not accurate when it goes on to describe those kids and our young adults with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. I don't agree with a lot of things, but I refuse to look at a child, whether they have cerebral palsy or muscular dystrophy or any of the above. There's enough confusion in the world going on. There's enough misinformation out there that somebody will take a meme like this and believe that it is factual. It is not. Our children are not, and I'm sorry to use the word, retarded. Our kids are not retarded. I've heard this so many times over the last 20-something years. Oh, is he nonverbal? Oh, can he communicate? Oh, is he communicative? I don't know, why don't you ask them? So it's pretty insulting. Our kids are brilliant. They are amazing individuals in whatever capacity. Are there learning difficulties? Of course there are. Is there dystrophin in the brain? Of course. Are there instances where some of our kids that are born with mental disability? Of course. But those things are rare. On to further with Duchenne. Duchenne is also not rare. As much as the CDC wants to say it's rare and the FDA wants to say it's rare and pharmaceutical companies want to say it's rare, they're not rare. 54 children a day are diagnosed with Duchenne alone. That's just one of 52 muscular and neuromuscular diseases. And I take offense when people say, I won't attack anybody or anything, but it really doesn't make me feel good when I read something like that and I disagree with it, but all of a sudden I'm getting attacked because I'm explaining why I don't find that this particular meme is accurate. And some people will blindly follow and will share that information. That further perpetuates the myth that these things are actually true. Now, I realize every case is different. I realize some kids have lost their lives to Duchenne at 10 years old. Some kids are still living at 40. I mean, thank God, The other thing is prevention. I believe that if you know that your family carries something, you're going to want to get tested. Now, that's your individual right. I may not agree with it, but that's your individual right to whether you want to be tested or not, whether you want to know whether you're a carrier of Duchenne or any other type of muscular or neuromuscular disease. That's your choice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a geneticist. And I've told you guys this a million times. I've said these things, that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a geneticist, but what I am is an advocate. I'm an activist. I will not go quietly. I won't ever go quietly because, you know, honestly, well-behaved women never make history. And I'm never going to be well-behaved, and I'm never going to buckle down or knuckle under or do any of those things. That's just me. That's just who I am. That's not to intimidate anyone. That's not to make anyone feel bad or good or feel any kind of way. That's just, I am who I am. And I'm never going to stop fighting, and I'm never going to stop, I'm never going to give up on awareness and spreading the truth and doing all the things that I need to do to correct the misinformation that's out there. Now, there are those that want to keep going and keep arguing and keep whatever. You know, good luck. You want to have the last word? Good luck with that. I will not back down. I don't have to be disrespectful. I'm not disrespectful in any kind of way. If you resort to calling me names and all kinds of things, hey, so be it. That's on you. But I don't see a need to do that. And trust me, I can swear like a sailor. I could swear a truck driver under the freaking table. Trust me on that. I can do it. I just, at this point in the game, I just don't choose not to do it. I choose not to. Because I can get the point across without that. But just know this, I don't back down for a minute. So sending me private messages and threatening me and all these other kinds of things, and, you know, all of that is just not going to work for me. And no one has done that lately, and thank you for that. I think that we can be respectful, and I think that we can disagree. I think we can agree to disagree. Some people want to disagree to agree to disagree. But you're still arguing. So at the end of the day, it gets us nowhere. Let's not perpetuate the myth. Every child is an individual. I'm not going to say that our kids don't have learning difficulties. You know, hell, regular kids have learning difficulties. It doesn't make them any less intelligent. Is a child with dyslexia any less intelligent than a child that doesn't have it? No, they're not. You just have to figure out a way for them to learn how they learn and to teach them how to navigate through that. And that's our job as parents. I worked really hard with David. David is very bright. He is, trust me, very verbal. He is demanding. He is sweet. He is compassionate, as are your children as well. So I respect your right as that parent to advocate for your kid. I will help you in any way that I can. I just won't perpetuate and send forward or copy a meme that I disagree with, that I don't feel is accurate. So that's really all I have to say today. I know I've said a lot, but it really just infuriates me when someone just looks at my son in a wheelchair and just assumes that he is cognitively damaged or has any kind of, inability to speak. We already have that problem. We already have people that just assume. And at the end of the day, don't assume. Please don't assume. If you have questions, whatever, I'm here. I'm always happy to answer questions. I once had a patient say to me, "Oh, you're the one with the retarded kid." No, my son's not retarded. My son went to college. My son graduated high school with honors, as I know many kids with Duchenne will and do. Every day we're making strides through, the other issue is deformity. Can a child become deformed? Yes. Without surgery, yes, that is true. But with the way things are, I can only speak in the United States. With the way things are in the United States, we go to great lengths to do, the back surgery so their back doesn't curve. We do the surgery on the feet so the feet don't turn. Yes, But I don't really, do I know families that don't want their kids to have the surgery because they're afraid? Of course. But again, that's individual choice. I can't make those judgment calls for you. You must do that for yourself. And I hope that you're having a good day. As I don't know if you can see, it's sunny here right now. But again, I live in the south of Florida, and where that hurricane is hitting is way to the north. It is a big storm. It is no joke. Last year, last September, we were hunkering down. We were locking stuff down and making sure that we had enough of everything, enough supplies, enough power to keep my son's breathing equipment going. You know, all of those things that we're lucky enough to have. But this storm is no joke. Do not play around with it. Please get to a safe place. If you live in the Panhandle or you live up in those areas, please be in a safe place. And take care of yourselves. And I hope that you're all having a great Wednesday. Shout out to all my friends and family. I hope you're all having a great day. And peace out.